Okay, finally got the title to type in. I must try and remember that some people will be seeing my videos first time. I mean that is very obvious, but sometimes I forget and I think, oh, the people that I've already met, or at least hopefully good ones. But I think I give a pretty consistent and good vibe, and hopefully you will agree. And I'm doing my best as a person, right? So just make sure. Nobody's here at the moment, but we're only 46 minutes in. But I mean, sometimes and then that one the other day, holy cannoli! I really do, Colton and my others, bring in the great people of YouTube. I've been at the piano for a little bit, so my back's a bit sore and my fingers are feeling a bit so. But so I kind of don't want to do anything until we have somebody here. I know I did a video the other day, though. I was like rolling for 20. I mean, it's pretty rare. I mean, engagement is sometimes nothing, but sometimes I do have it in the live chat, especially. Not a lot afterwards, but sometimes. But yesterday there was like 24 minutes before somebody tuned in. I don't know. I kind of think I do want the AC on. The air feels like it got really still and stuffy very quickly. Maybe it's just me thinking that, but maybe it's not. Do you feel it too? Just kidding. Okay. I'm just going to maybe I should kind of run through it. I mean, it hasn't been that long. I came up with it in the podcast I did just previous to this, and we got somebody here, so let's do that. It's been a long time. Where and how have you been, my friend? I want to sing. This is still rough version. And they read them. I'm not Jimmy. See you for the back for somebody else. Want to see you just do more than try. Want to see you do more than survive. Want to see you do more than just survive. Really all I had. Maybe I should have had a bit more, but sometimes we just, I don't know. Some of us performers, musicians, we're so eager to kind of show what we got, even if it's not a lot. It's it feels right, feels good. Um, so I feel like I just set this. I did technically like just under 4 minutes ago, so I don't know if I really want to wrap it up yet, but I don't know what else to do in it unless people come in here and start making some lovely conversation. I don't need to. Why am I saying it that way? I did that the other day too, although I don't think we watched right in the. This is really just supposed to sound like noodling, by the way. If you're thinking, brush up before you go live or whatever, you don't sound very polished. As much as I would like to, and I certainly can, at the moment I'm just not sure what the inspiration, of what I want to do. So I'm just noodling. could go back to that one guy's podcast. I was kind of curious. I don't know. I don't know. I could just play with your mind. Some of you maybe seem to do, but not very many. And just kind of sit here and pretend like I'm like just zoned out. And it's true. Sometimes people may tune in when I'm not showing my best. Uh, I'm kind of in between things, or just having a slower, unfocused few moments, and that's why I think not to toot my own bugle, but maybe a little bit, and also the same for other people. That's why I think that we should kind of try and give people a bit of an opportunity to show their greatness, essentially. Um, and yeah. But I had to come over here to plug the laptop back in because technically I have been rolling more than this. I just started this one recently. That's not the right cord. Excuse me. I'm sitting on it. Did I pull it out at all? Feels like I maybe did, but I also pulled this closer. Just kidding. Kind of. What was it? What's the level at? Because it is low. 33? Okay, not bad. 33 in me? What is that? That's something, isn't it? I think it's a dating website. Golden says, hey, bud. Sounding real good, mate. Thank you. And remember what I said, and I hope everybody does that, people post all sorts of things on the internet. So, just be you and your free spirited, fun self and your creative self. And, the right people will like it. Sonny, get away. Actually, what I want behind me, that's not bad. What I want, and that's not it, is, yeah, this will do. I don't know. It seems like sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. But when you're kind of scrolling and you kind of see like a video moving, it's supposed to be eye catching, I guess. And I don't feel like it. Like say, I always see it, but it does kind of seem like, although that's gonna make people think it was weird. I thought it was, does kind of make people, or it does kind of. Um, I do see it sometimes, and you know, I can get pretty curious fairly easily, but other people it might take a little bit of spinning the gears. Obviously, super obvious, but everybody goes, oh, that's not back yet. I also figured out I could do this the other day. But anyway, mostly something to keep me occupied until somebody gets here. I mean, some people may see this up to this point and think, well, that's maybe your mistake as a YouTube creator. If you're relying too much on the audience, it's not that. Sometimes it's very easy to gain an audience, and other times it's a bit more than you may struggle. But I do both. Sometimes I hop into the videos and I've got lots of ideas, and other times I just have kind of honey, hey, what you got there? Okay, good. I kind of have a bit of an idea, and I kind of look forward to kind of building on it in the chat. And sometimes I find that when that happens, it doesn't go very very far, or into as much as that it doesn't really it doesn't really launch, and other times it kind of does. Um, it's true when you're subscribed to somebody, unless you have it notify you anytime they post, then it won't. So um, met a couple of lovely people on here the other day. Um, and then there was one I was already familiar with. And then there was Colton. Can't forget him. But we have someone that just tuned in a couple of minutes ago, so welcome. I haven't been rolling super long, but you are the only one here. I kind of am still feeling the idea that I had in the previous video. Um, it's not that nothing really transpired from it, but not kind of what I was initially intending, which was whether about life in general or your own, whatever you're comfortable mentioning about it. If you want to give some kind of key points, some memorable points, or whatever, I could put it into a song or a poem. Um, and I also have a strategy to possibly come up with melody. It's not my strong suit, that part, but so I think it's a kind of fun, creative, interesting idea, and we can kind of collab. And for people that maybe think, well, I don't know if I'd be any good at, if you would be any good at like songwriting. I'm not asking you to songwrite. Just give me the ideas. I'll put it into the song. Or just general ideas. I mean, but I kind of like the first suggestion better. A little bit. In the previous video, I did mine, and I didn't cover, everything, and I couldn't remember everything. The person left right as I said mine. Um, and I hope it's not because they thought, okay, I like the idea, but now you're talking about you. Like I thought this was about us. And again, that's if that was the case, that was an example of reacting too quickly, even if it was just kind of going away from the video. Like, yeah, it was just saying that I did one about me. And I was decently happy with it. And I'm not super, super old. So, but, then I think don't sound ageist though, because there's so many young people that have been through a lot and like almost like 2 lifetimes. So, don't worry, I won't do that anymore. In case somebody's watching this back later and they're like, I'm willing to see kind of where this video, what happens in this video, but not if you're going to just sit here doing that. And I wouldn't mind previewing that one back again, too. And yeah. Yep. Uh huh. Yep. Uh huh. Don't worry. Same thing there. Come on, I think this is a brilliant idea. I know that there's lots on YouTube and there's lots of busy people in the world. There's lots of people that spend a lot of time on YouTube, though, too, and lots of different places in the world where they could be. So, I mean, where are the people that are looking for a live stream to watch and enjoy and possibly even let out a little bit of, what they're going through and get support and maybe be a bit creative. I know you're out there in the ethers of the internet and the world. Mm, 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 mm. It's moments like these where, when they happen, where I think I've got a great idea. It's going very slowly. Like I tried to kind of with the previous video, I kind of I tried to do some ideas, and it was kind of that way, and I was able to kind of fill the time, but and then the something comes up for a few seconds or whatever. Like that's right. I've got too many other things I need to fill my time with. How about this as background music? And it's like these are times when I kind of wish I went to, was visiting heaven, visiting loved ones, like honest and truly, actually, sometimes actually. But I know that it's a blessing what I do sense and in that way. But it'd be a lot more good, fun energy happening, and we'd be dancing and singing and having good food and enjoying each other's company. You know, um, and hugging lots and laughing lots and making more memories. That's one thing I don't know about angels. They do seem to, well, they definitely observe and they seem to remember at least for a little while, but I don't know if they remember like their life all that strongly, and if they remember um you know what they observe for very long. I mean, if we're continuing to go through it, then they probably do. But That's just the kind of things I never. Some examples. I mean, of not that there's a lot to think about in that area, but maybe kind of, but that I've never really thought to ask. Or I've maybe just in the back of my mind kind of assumed, yeah, they do, but I don't know if they do. So, and for any people that have seen my videos before and know that I kind of access that side of things, it's kind of like, yeah, but not all the time. So, I mean, on the slow days, I mean, I try and keep myself, um, you know, you know, I do and don't feel I keep up well online, but I try. And um, on here, I've been spending a lot of time kind of creating, and I'll keep up with any comments I get. For sure, it's best, pretty good, pretty well able. Um, what's other stuff, and I have been doing some organizing, and I don't know. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to fill a day. Wonder if that's a topic in itself. But some people, and it'd be curious to see how many people would be specific as to I work as a such and such, or I am in school for such and such, or how many people would just simply say I work and I go to school. And then there might be some people that might find the question awkward. It's like, like it's personal because it's their day to day, and depending on how much variety there is, I don't know, but I don't know. Some people are more open or okay talking about that kind of stuff, and some people feel they need to be honest. Um, so yeah. Today, I guess, is an example, and that may change whether it's in this video because things pick up a little bit, welcome, or just in general, but probably not till evening and nothing super specific. But I just feel kind of, sometimes I have a lot of thoughts on my mind and I'm thinking deeply. Um, I don't entirely. What have I watched today? Well, there was that one musician. Um, not. So, I don't think he's super well known. I could be wrong. I think he's just a guy that plays guitar on here and noodles around, but which is fine. Um, I started to rewatch a movie, Max and Me. I'd be curious what you think about it. It's free on YouTube. But actually, a couple of movies that I'd seen in the past, but I got distracted from them. Um, then I've made a podcast and I've done a little bit in the kitchen, and it's only about 20 to 1 here. So, I mean, and I built some play cues. Um, but certainly I haven't really felt much sense of direction, which is something I sort of feel often, and purpose, you know, and, you know, it has to be close by because I don't drive and I don't really like busing and I can't afford cabs all the time. Um, and yeah, it's kind of like, we don't know what we don't know as far as what's out there as possibilities. And some of the things we do know may not pan out. But man, it's great when if they do, and I really, really, it's really, really actually quite important that I get that soon. And if it's something that you also need in your life, I hope you do also. And if things are pretty good for you, then I hope they continue to be. I'm going to keep this short. One, because I kind of don't know what else to say. Also, because I'm thinking of a particular person that I kind of might want to send this to. She hasn't said anything to the previous one, but it was a bit longer. And although I said she could start half hour in, but I think it was over an hour. Um, and yeah, so um, in a few days I'll be able to start looking at that. Although it's still, then I'll just have to wait because it's still, that date doesn't start till mid July. But anyway, before anybody tunes in and this becomes longer and I don't really like have a lot to lead it with. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up. I'm just looking at something else I have open on here as well. Okay, it's not as easy for some as it is for others. Let's remember that too. So let's try and be helpful, people. Hey, it's makes the world an easier, better place. Helpful and kind. Oops. Okay. Give people a chance and opportunity to show what they can do positively and the skills that they have and the skills they can learn.